Dip A TOE.
Welcome to the Dip A TOE crypto show.
Huh? You got some moves?
Can we play the intro again, man? Like, I mean, that's, you know, it's like
you want to hear it?
That intro gets me like hyped up for Stranger Things.
It is a really good song. Actually, we could play the whole song just for the hell of it. We only got one person in here right now. I wonder if we can hear. Let's see. This is the oh, well, actually, what is I don't know if I have it on here. I wanted that one Dip A TOE
oh,
it's not on here, but anyway, well, let's play the, let's see if we can hear it.
The new mindset. See, there we go. Working up a sweat already.
I really do like the song.
Do you drive to work with it? Do you just window down, you know, got a cigarette there, boom, ashtray. It's kind of like a Miami Vice, like big show song where they're like going over to go check out the scene and cry.
We need Crypto Professor in here because he loves this song.
He's got some projects. He got like some approvals to do projects that he's been doing for a long time for his profession. Yeah, Kita girl.
What up, Kita? We're playing the full song for the fans that love this song.
Yeah.
So they can hear it. This is my what's his name? Casey. He's on YouTube and he offers this for free. And so we always put it in our show notes to give him a shout out for the song. Yep, you know it's coming. Huh?
That's good. I was so impressed that people could do that and hold that for like a while, dude.
Same.
Like, man, very awesome.
This part's my favorite right here.
The drop. Everybody loves the drop.
I secretly want to be a DJ.
Bro, that's not that hard. Go get you some turntables. I'll teach you.
I used to watch this one channel that did videos out by the ocean and shit. And but what a fun job that would be.
It is. It doesn't pay well, but it's fun. Totally. Oh, the crypto world is on fire. Get price drops today. I'm waiting for them to pull some tricks. I want some tricks in the back. I know, everybody. Yeah, everybody's slowly coming in. It's good.
Our guy. Huh?
What? Mike Jones? Is it hot? Is it hot? Are you hot? Are you sweaty?
I'm sweaty. I'm so sweaty.
Man,
welcome to Dip A TOE. It is very hot where I'm at. I've got 3 fans pointing at me. I've got my hair in a ponytail in the back, trying to keep it off my neck, trying to look cool while I'm doing my stream, my show.
Sure.
Welcome to the 11 folks that are in here tonight. 12
Greetings,
now.
all.
Like, share, and subscribes. Share this out so we can get some more folks in here having a little conversation. Ooh, Disclosure Crypto. Who is this? What does it say? Could take a look at Gary Network. Never heard of it. Gary? That's spelled differently. It's not Gary. Gary Network. Yeah, we'll have to check it out, guys. Welcome to Dip A Toe, Disclosure Crypto. And we've got our friend Keita in here. Good evening, folks. Sending love. We love you too. And our good friend, The New Mindset. Love you. Thank you for coming. What's on your mind, Simon? How you doing on this?
I'm doing. Oh man, I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty. I'm so glad that my wife is and I say the kid. He's not a kid anymore. The young one, the young blood. They went out to go visit some family that's in town her side, and so they're out doing that, and I'm glad that they are, because my dude, it doesn't matter how much smelly man juice I put on me, man, it's permeating through. Like, it's just like it goes on and it goes off. I'm doing good, but the other day, I'm doing well all the way around, man. Life is good. Even when it doesn't look like it is, it really is, actually.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I was just thinking about getting into some more cryptos. I'm like, I'd like to get more. This is just who I am. That's my nature. Because I'm all trying about getting as many assets as I can, as fast as I can, but without overextending. And that's actually a really tough challenge in anyone's life. But I kind of stopped. I started questioning myself, like, hey, you're building up your own FOMO right now. Why am I doing this? What's going on? What am I seeing that I'm not like really recognizing at the forefront of my mind, but the back of my mind's like, dude, this is a code 7. We gotta go. What's going on here, right? And so I started thinking about it, and kind of over the last, I'd say the month. I'm gonna say the month of July. And I know, and everybody really knows that there has been a major influx of announcement. Politicians talking about cryptos, Bitcoin, XRP partnerships, financial institutions saying, hey, we're going this route. Banks, just standardized banks, or in different countries, are like, we're going all digital.
Yeah.
Tokenization. Big I shouldn't say big institutions are literally dipping their toe in the DeFi space. It's right out there. There's a lot. So I think it's all that information that's coming to me. It's like, whoa, I've been in this space a while. There's always been hype. I mean, news. Okay. And that's my word, hype, because I get hyped up and amped up and like, Mr. FOMO's like right there. Hey, you better do something stupid, man. Come on, hurry up. Do something stupid. I want you to succeed. Right. So that's what happens. Right. Yeah. So, but this is definitely different. I mean, I look back at all our shows where we've had highly educated and well-researched individuals on here. Patrick Bradley, Mr. Man, Miss Keita, Joe
Alan Staple.
Mr. Staple, like the whole lot of them, like everybody we've had on here, right? Has at minimum five different sources of information that's bringing credibility to the space at large. And so that's the FOMO that I'm experiencing. I'm realizing that, it's like, what? Has the bus already left the building?
Mm,
not, but
yeah.
hey, is this the last moment to get into crypto? No. Is this the last window of opportunity to possibly get in? And I do say possibly because anything can happen in this world.
Never
But
know.
at these sideways prices,
Maybe for a while.
maybe in my
I
mind,
mean,
you can't predict the future. That's the
nobody
deal
can.
today, right?
Nobody can.
Exactly. Nobody
You
can.
know, the want to say hello to Money Paradise, who says,
Money P in the house.
"Whoa, dip a toe
Whoa.
on that like button, everybody." Yes, please, please, if you're watching this, if you would follow our channel at Dip a Toe. We're on Rumble and YouTube, and we're also on X at Dip a Toe Show. It would really help us out. We're small, we're growing, we're doing our best, and it doesn't cost a thing to hit that like button. And Crypto Professor, evening, ladies and gents. We played the song, the full song for you, my friend, at the beginning because we know you love it. And disclosure, you're still here. Yeah, man. Huh? Rock on, my friend. So yeah, I think I'm feeling what you're feeling also with the amount of information that is coming at us from all different angles, people that you normally don't hear talking about cryptocurrency,
Mhm.
and Bitcoin, and that are starting to dip their toe, make it known. And so that is very exciting, especially when you know what we know. And as long as we've been following this space, it is pretty exciting.
It
Um,
is.
but it's one of those things where, you know, you remember the reason you have your network is to ground yourself. And I think that's what we do for each other,
Absolutely.
particularly all of our friends that come to this show, and that we know personally outside of this space. And we always encourage people that are interested in dipping their toe into the cryptocurrency space and the Bitcoin space and digital assets and all of that, is to be part of a network of folks, to help keep yourself in check. You know, you got to check yourself before you wreck
Before you
yourself.
wreck yourself, you gotta check
Check
yourself
yourself.
before you wreck. God, man,
Wreck
I wish I just.
Huh?
I need. Oh, dude, when I was DJing back in the day, I used to have this huge this sample box, man, and that was one of them. I go, you gotta check yourself, man. I love hitting the buttons, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, I gotta get that here. I need that here.
Crypto
Right
Professor's excited because we played the entire song. He says, "Holy shit balls." We'll have to watch the replay. Yes, you will, Crypto Professor. Yeah, so there's a lot of news coming out lately, and the whole train has left the station. Well, I would say there's several different ways that you could take that statement, right? The train has
Right.
left the station, that is for sure.
Right.
The wheels are in motion, whether it's a bus, a train, a plane, whatever, whether you're walking, skating, roller skating, you're on your
Or you got one of those
Segway,
cool, or you got one of
whatever.
those cool transports like they do on
Yeah,
Star Trek.
yeah, yeah. It has left. There's so many things going on. Watch, I won't be able to find it. I follow it's T's Crypto Spot. And he posted an intriguing question the other day, trying to get a conversation started in regards to XRP. If I can find it, I hope that I can, because I usually don't respond because there's so many smart people that put their information out there, in their opinions, and I usually just don't answer those kind of questions when I see them posted. But this one
Wait, well, you're
intrigued
looking.
me.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
So I no, that's okay. So let's see if I can share this screen just so you can
Side
see
note:
it.
anybody
Mhm.
out there in the crowd, all 18 of you watching this awesome show, Anybody going to Swell, Miami,
I would
Florida?
love to. Oh, I wish. I
October
wish.
15th through the 16th. Anybody going yet? Anybody got the tickets? Anybody
I
got
would
the
love.
tickets?
I would love to go. That would be awesome. So T's Crypto Spot posted yesterday Q&A time. So if you were running a VC firm, which is venture capital firm, or part of a banking conglomerate, what would incentivize you to hold XRP from a store of value perspective? From a utilization standpoint, what would make you hold it long term versus the 3 to 5 second settlement time? Question, And there are some people that put this one. He liked the answer. If an institution understands its utility, why wouldn't they hold on to an asset that's going to increase? That way they can hold the underlying asset while also creating other financial products that are backed by the asset, making them richer and never have to sell said asset. I said, and I didn't read that one, but it's kind of a similar concept. I said, if I was in the know and knew that several financial products were being built that would change the way we transact, do business, etc., and I was aware that the world was testing those products, I would want to own the nuts and bolts that facilitate the process. If I had a hunch that XRP was going to be an important utility token that other products could use in one way or another, I would want to grab some to secure my potential to use it in the future, even if nothing was built yet. And I just wondered, I didn't really get any feedback on it, so I'm like, I don't know if that was
Okay, so
but I kind of, what do you think about that question?
I think it's a great question for starters. T's always stirring the teapot, so to speak.
He is. He's so smart. He's so
that whole
he
community.
is.
That whole community. I know you, Keita, a few others actually in the chat right now, or in the audience, they're listening. Are some T Crypto Spot patrons. That being said, back to the question at hand. That's a thought-provoking question because one, most people are going to respond from the perspective of their current real life and what they perceive a bank is. Right? Okay, so there's one component, right? For me, I'm listening to that question and it's like, okay, so I can't say it's fast. As far as or use that for a reason of why I would hold long term. It has utility. Other things have utility. Not comparing apples to oranges. Utility is utility. So, what kind of utility would be my next question? And the other thing is it in direct competition with me, or can this thing has the ability, and I'm going to say borderline the guarantee to scale my bank, because my bank is a business, to the bankers, right, in the future. So to have like a little gem of that to say, well, we got some now. I'm gonna chill on this for a little while because it'd be no different than if you put well, you've already done things like this, $100 on Pepe. You'd be like, not now. I know I'm saying Pepe does not compare to XRP, but from the banker's perspective, for quite some time, they're slow to this, right? They've been slow to crypto. The old money that still is very much around in this world, they just got on board with Bitcoin publicly.
Publicly.
Right?
Yeah.
Publicly. Okay. And I'm going to say publicly for a reason, because that's what kind of got this conversation going. So from the banker's perspective, it would be to have some for a short time with all my opportunities on board to liquidate, to use for something else, etc. But if it continues to grab the adoption, sustain, maintain its utility, or scales its utility to something bigger and better, right? then I would start acquiring more. And that's where I think the banks, they look at things. Insurance companies, same way. Well, from what I know about insurance companies and the few conversations I've had with individuals that really work in the back office, that do the work, when say like a whole life insurance company, a mutual whole life insurance company, when they are making their day-to-day decisions on what to invest in, they're thinking long term, 50 to 100 years long term. So they do projection after projection after projection. So let's integrate this. If the insurance company is doing that, then obviously the bank would be doing that. They're not very much short term. Short term is not their jam, because if it's short term, there's risk. Banks don't like risk. They like guarantees. You know, same thing with insurance companies. They want the guarantee. That's why the contract is so tight. You know, there's a Ferris Bueller's reference you can make right there. It's that tight. So yeah, it's a really thought-provoking question, but I almost want to say it's not a fair question, but this world isn't fair. So
I mean, though, really, though, if you look at it, like if you are a venture capital firm or you are a banking conglomerate,
sure, right? Venture capitalist. Yeah, I went banking.
That
capitalist, right?
Yes, and but it and banking, even, you know, you have a small bank or a large bank or whatever, and you're in the know. The people and institutions and information that you come across in your daily activity for your job as a banker or a venture capitalist, you would know a little bit more. I mean, those of us that are, you know, going to these conferences and listening to the hearings and all these things, we realize what's going on. They know even more than we do. The developers that are creating financial products in the DeFi space, they know even more than we do, right?
Right.
So they know that products are being built that are going to utilize these tokens, right? That is the native asset to the XRP ledger. There are things that are being built. There are people that are building things on the XRP ledger, and the fact that XRP can be used to exchange value for value. And so I guess if you think about it in those terms, and the fact that it's not super expensive right now, I would buy it if I had the money as a venture capitalist or a bank to secure a bag of it for future use. Like I said, even if things weren't built yet, I would buy some. I would have some, especially because these banks have been they've been piloting.
I need a dollar amount. I need a dollar amount.
I don't know what the dollar amount would be.
No, I mean, like, if I was venture
really
capital groups, like how much are we talking here? Am I like a $10 million a year venture capital company? Because I mean,
I don't really know. And what do they do, right? A venture capital group. What exactly would they do? Like, you know, if you're creating liquidity pools, real estate, right? Tokenized, whatever. If you already have some, I mean, it could save on gas fees, which it wouldn't be that much anyway as far as XRP. But if you already have it, you know, set yourself up to be able to do something. Look at the DeFi space where you can do the pairs, you know, and you're making fees off of it. So it would make sense that you would already have some in your back pocket to use in the future for pairs to earn fees off, especially if you're a bank and you can, you know, just like we talked with Mr. Man. And now, guys, I'm a dip a toer. I'm not an expert at this. And, you know, I'm sure there are folks that know a heck of a lot more than I do. But the things that I've been exposed to on a small level when it comes to the DeFi space and reading up on, you know, the future of banking, they're going to make their money off the fees, and knowing that things are, things are going to be tokenized, and XRP having the ability to exchange value for value, and the different pairings that you see in the DeFi platforms, where you have to pair XRP up with whatever other asset it is and hold equal amounts of that of value, and then when people are trading them, exchanging them, you're making the money off the fees. So if you're already in banking and you've even dipped your toe into the DeFi space a little bit, and you see all these regulators coming in with regulations and standards, and knowing that eventually there is going to be a digital framework that is clear and concise, in the framework that everyone stands under, right? That everybody has to operate under when it comes to this space, it would behoove them to own some. And I'm not just saying XRP either. I mean, there is plenty of other digital assets, that they could own. So, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion on it.
So the incentive would be able to use it how they use other things right now. That's the incentive. To get the thing that allows them to do the same thing they do now, only faster and in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the incentive, to keep their game going, if you will. But do they get in right now?
Probably not on a large scale, because they probably can't. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like, who is the top dog that's going to make the decision on that? But some of these smaller places, I could see doing it.
Definitely. Again, that got me kind of back to the whole venture capitalist. Like, where's that threshold? I need a dollar amount. Like, what's the minimum amount of liquidity you need to have within your venture capitalist group to be said venture capitalist group, to be that and to do that. Now, to your point, XRP would be the new, but a current one that already has total locked value would be Ethereum.
Total locked value. What do you mean by that?
Hold on. Okay, so the total amount of Ethereum that is locked away in some type of contract, whether that's staking or DeFi space, that constitutes total locked value. This amount of XRP or Ethereum or Solana or any other cryptocurrencies that have that ability to do that, times price equals total locked value, because it's locked up in an agreement or a contract. So when you participate in DeFi, right, and you get the XRP, and then you do some swapping, and you get the other half of the trading pair, right, and then you lock it up. And that moment, that small amount of XRP and whatever the other coin that you're providing liquidity to, you've now locked it up in a contract deal to be there, so you get rewards. So I mean, it does fluctuate, but you could go to like DeFi Llama just to kind of get a view of that, and then think about the eventual. Actually, let's just go there right now. I mean, why are we saying you could do it?
While you're looking it up, I want to give a shout out to Atlantic Living and Cheap Suit, and Lisa A is in here.
And this is what was I'm gonna scroll off here real quick. This is what share screen, all of it with sound. That one. Man, got it. This is what where'd he go? Disclosure was talking about. The Web3 streaming platform, it looks like. Let's check this out.
Oh, yeah, let's see what it said. It's a Web3 streaming platform on Solana, so I'm curious. I'm curious too. Yeah, we'll definitely look into that for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
Ding. While we're addressing something,
address it.
Atlantic Atlantic Living says what would be amazing is getting a podcast with Rosie Rios. She's the reason I'm convinced of this project. Yeah, same. If I could get Rosie Rios to come on an interview, you don't even understand how excited I would be. That would be fantastic. I'm not quite sure she would come on the Dip A Toe, but you never know. You know, you never know. We do know somebody who is rubbing elbows with her, so you never know. We could get her to come on.
Okay. Here we go. Get back. Click that. Okay. Out of all the chains that you can participate in the DeFi space, there is $98.766 billion worth of cryptos locked in some kind of deal. Okay, so let's go to the Ethereum. 57. I'm going to call that 58. I'm being generous to their high fees. Almost $58 billion worth of Ethereum is locked up in some type of contracts. Okay. I do not see the XRP, but we can come to the search. Baby, just do a little XRP. Yeah. Give me that. No, just XRP. Show it to me. No periods. Just that one. Fine. Now, this is XRP Ledger. This is XRPL.
Yep.
That's not very much. Right?
No.
I'll check out another coin that I know our friend Mr. Aquaman, and what's his name? Cypherx. They always make this comparison. $58 billion and $8.7 million. This is why, or not the reason, but a reason of why XDC is not mooning. Okay. I go back to something I heard in my infinite banking concept stuff laid down by R. Nelson Nash. He was saying, you could have the best phone, you could have the best lines, but if nobody's on the other end of that line, then you don't have nothing. All you got is a good product that nobody's using. Same applies here, right? And so there's that. Comes back to T's question in my mind. Well, there's utility, but are we there yet? Is it being used? This is where I could see them grabbing some, waiting to see.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal, though. Some people disagree about the Ethereum and the lawsuit and all of that. I definitely think that played a big part in slowing down the building and that type of progress, and deterring people from building on the XRP ledger. It's been an uphill battle. Although on the back end, or Ripple, the company, they've been going around and creating relationships and things like that, and they've done quite well. But they were also fighting the SEC for, in my mind, the entire crypto space. And so a lot of that money, when that so-called clarity came for Ethereum early on, the money went there because they were given the green light by what's his face. They were given the green light, and that's the thing. As I think when these institutions that have a lot of money, they're not going to play where they think they, like you say, they don't like risk like that.
Risk.
And so they were given a green light. And so I guess all I would say is, don't count XRP out, or XDC, or any of these other platforms, because as we get this clarity, that's more and more, I feel like things that have been waiting in the wings are gonna arrive. And it's gonna be a whole different ball game. And that's where I realize people that look at the charts and the history, and they've been in this crypto space for many years, and they've experienced several different bull. Like I think when it comes to that might be true for the meme coins and some of these other things, but the ones that are building the financial products that the institutions are going to use, once they're fully implemented, I don't think that is going to be a normal comparison about what's going to happen when that gets turned on, I guess, is, and I mean, that could be naive of me, but I think you wouldn't be comparing apples to apples, because we're in such a transformative state of what has never happened before. Our financial system is being transformed.
It is,
into,
but we're not there
new.
yet.
Well, no, I'm not. I know we're not there yet, but I'm saying
But
when it does get,
yeah,
when it
we'll
is
see something
implemented,
different.
you're not gonna be able to look at a bull run from years past and compare it to that. It's not going to be the same game, in my opinion. The whole market cap and all that stuff, I think there's so much more involved than that stuff. I really do.
Okay. I would agree that yes, you will, or no, you won't be able to look in the immediate past. But 5 years later, you'll be able to look in the past and you will find your new cycle. Traders are very familiar with
yes, I guess
with new cycles.
I'm
like,
talking about I'm talking about, yes, like once we establish the new, once we transform, like we go into the new and it's all established, then yeah, I agree. You'll be able to go do what you do now. But I'm saying when it goes from the transition from what we're from the old to the new, and that money starts flowing in, like for real into these utility tokens, I don't think you're going to be able to look at a chart and at that moment in time and compare it to other, like the past for that particular token. And I also don't think that it's not going to be where it's like, for XRP, for example, I don't, and Bitcoin, where, okay, we wrote it up to, $1, and then it crashed down and you can still buy it for 25 cents. And then, we've been at 50 cents forever and ever and whatever. Or Bitcoin, same thing. We are buying it around, 25,000, then it's at 40,000, and then it goes up to 69,000 and then down. I think once the institutional money really starts coming in and buying that up, I don't think that you're gonna ever be able to buy Bitcoin for $25,000 again, or Bitcoin or XRP for 50 cents. Once it's really, once it's in, and then that was your thing of like, has the trains left the station? Do you still have time to get in to this space? Well, yeah, you do. You definitely have time to get into the space.
Sure.
You could continue to dollar cost average your way in. And even as it does rise, you would still continue to dollar cost average in, just like you do with your traditional investments, right? You're going to be investing into new things is how I see it going. But that's just kind of my, you don't agree with me. I can tell.
Well, there's a couple things there. Okay. First off, I will say this. I'm jaded. Bull run number 3 I'm in right now. Bull run number 3. I've heard the hype. I've heard the promise. I've heard it all. Right? The only difference is the institutions are finally coming out saying, hey, we have it. Right? At great lengths. You got politicians that are talking about it. But why? It's kind of election year, so how many times I've been down that rodeo? I have to think about these things and really go, if I'm going to try to decipher, borderline speculate, the reason why things are happening is because all these people did this. I mean, okay, so what evidence of that, those actions by those people, made that price go, right? Because at the end of the day, ain't nothing but a couple of passwords and a click and it just goes. Right? The powers that be that do that, the market makers, market manipulators have that. Back in the day, a few hands can make the market run. That's gone. You know,
Yeah.
you've had,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Good
here's a
point.
great example. When did institutions get in? I'll give you an earmark at 2014. Fidelity. 2014. Okay.
Yeah. They've been
Okay.
in a
So
long time.
how long before that were they actually doing something? Just
Mhm.
dipping their toe in, like, you know,
Mhm.
and so could they fluctuate the market? Yeah, they got the means. They could do that. Now go a step, and now I'm about to go down crypto tinfoil hat rabbit hole real quick. We all know that business is just business.
Just
What does that
business,
mean?
man.
It's
It's just business,
It's
man.
nothing personal. It's just
It's
business,
just
right?
business.
So yeah, you gotta go. That happens. That happens all day. You know, it's a real life game of chess for accumulation and decimation in some aspects, right? I want to do this. You're holding me back. Okay, we're gonna go toe to toe, blow for blow, but we do it in a very calm, civilized, professional manner where I try to eat down your economics, etc., etc. Those are things that happen in this world. Is that happening right now? Sure. It's all about position. Keeping the lifestyle of your companies or your group of partners to keep doing the same thing that you do. Because for you to fall down off the tree right now would not be a good thing. You'd be left behind, and you don't want that. So can I look back on a chart and go, hey, we're going to do this? Most people are doing that right now just with XRP price action only, not including a lot of fundamentals. Okay, just going like, here's the chart, here's the history. This is where I think we're going to go, just based on history. I can't speculate on what other people are doing that I don't know what they're doing. I mean, here's a great example that I actually talked to myself about. When Bitcoin come out mainstream or just on the scene, 2009, right? It was out there. I know that. So it's 2009. Right now it's 2024. So
Yeah, a long time.
that's a long
Yeah,
time. That's a
it's a
long
long
time to
time.
get where we're
Many
at.
years.
It took that actually for us. That's a long time, right? For the 100 to the 50 and 100-year thinkers or 10-year thinkers, this is just kind of right in suit. The thing came out, proof of concept happened. We're here now. We're going to keep going in. Yep, we're transitioning, as you said. We're transitioning to something new. But the light switch moment, right? When value of utility is reflected in price,
Yeah.
like we're still in this
Discovery phase or what? I don't know.
discovery and wild west, because everybody, you know, it's like back let's say if you had a chance 2014 to go back there, Melissa, and you knew everything you knew about XRP and Bitcoin and etc., would you just go all in all day every day? Of course you would.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So your name of the game would have been accumulation then, right?
Right.
These institutions, these big dogs, they do accumulation, doesn't matter what it is. If it's an asset and they feel and see that it is truly an asset and it does have value, no questions asked, they go get it, they'll never sell it. BlackRock's a perfect example of that, by the way. Like them or not, they're a perfect example of that. So now here you have the people that collect assets. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting. They have to do this delicate dance to get as much as they can in whatever direction they would like to go. They're figuring out the direction that they are going to go, and that changes daily via regulations, the masses, people like us who actually for once are have a component of dictating the space of where we want it to go. And in fact, we wouldn't be here where we are in this space if it wasn't for the everyday Joe playing their part in this. Proof of concept would have never happened if we weren't the ones proving the dang concept. That's just, oh, I got a little passionate there. Sorry, I bring it down.
But I mean, we were
You know?
necessary. We were necessary.
Oh, definitely,
We
definitely.
were necessary players in
Absolutely,
this, you know. And
absolutely.
actually, in order to convince the public, it had to be organic or seemingly organic, right? With I am just saying, you know, so there's been a lot of narratives pushed over the years in that,
Sure,
and
and that's where I get
but it
jaded
did.
at.
Yeah, I get you. I've had this up for a while here. I just thought it was interesting that Atlantic Living saying there's absolutely
Oh,
zero mention of digital assets from Canadian media outlets. I find that extremely interesting that
that would be an interesting
they're not
poll.
seeing. Yeah.
What? Mr.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go to the a secret source.
One thing I did want to mention, and Crypto Professor mentioned it a while ago, and I'm aware of this as well, is that the Bank of International Settlements says that these institutions can only hold 1% of tier 2 assets like XRP. And I'm still in the process of milling that over in my mind. You know, our friend Lewis Jackson did a video on it, was talking about the suppression, like could that suppress the price, and then there was a video by Will Fix who kind of countered his opinion. I don't want to really say too much about it until I really understand if I believe that XRP is going to be a tier 2 asset or remain a tier 2 asset forever. So
Can you bring that comment back up by Professor just for a moment?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So, all's the biz is saying, hey, you guys, you can only hold in possession 1% of tier 2 assets.
And that's a combination. That's a combination. It's not just XRP. It's a combination of tier 2 assets.
Beautiful, okay? Beautiful. My name is Simon Says Crypto. And what I would like to offer all you bankers out there is a custodialship. I will acquire, accumulate, and hold for your benefit 50% of your liquidity in cryptos. That way, you aren't holding those assets that does get you in violation of the 1% rule.
So you're saying you're seeing them utilize a third party?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have to look into this more.
I can't remember what bank it was in Singapore, but Alan and I were talking about it, and then Mr. Man literally the next day threw out some gems on the same topic. But that is a thing. See, they themselves as a bank cannot hold, right? A bank is an entity. All you need is another entity to hold your stuff. It'd be like if me and Crypto Professor went out to a Florida bar there right on the beach, right? And Crypto Professor was packing the spear harpoon, and he was about to get in a brawl. But like, hold on, man, let me just hold that for you, and then you can go get in a fight and just get no assault with a deadly weapon, just assault, kind of like that. That's a horrible negative reference, but that's what it would be like, kind of like a trust.
So tier 2 assets are category assets that banks must hold to meet regulatory requirements. They're considered riskier than tier 1, which are the safest types, and are used to absorb losses when a bank is winding up. Tier 2 assets include revaluation reserves, created when a company revalues an asset and the increase in value is recorded. Undisclosed funds that do not appear on a bank's financial statement. Hybrid capital instruments, a type of supplementary capital. Subordinated term debt, also known as junior debt securities. And general loan loss reserves, also known as uncollected reserves. So
all you got to do is have somebody else hold on to your bag, even though you, by contract, are are the
I don't know if it's
beneficiaries of those.
I don't know if it would be as simple as that. I don't know if it would be as simple as that.
Well, when I say it simply, it's to understand the thing that is done. They just need another company to act for their benefit as third party, and lawfully and legally, they are not holding them. They are not in their possession.
Yeah.
I would go back to
Nice, Simon, or maybe their subsidiary holds it.
Yeah, and then that could be a whole nother thing. So again, it's that whole thing of jurisdiction, entity versus entity, right? Okay, your mom and your grandmom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arguably, those two generations came from you, right? You could even go as far as to say you're responsible for them, right? At some level. But what they have in their houses or have in their possession is arguably out of your control. So therefore, you don't. If you took XRP right now and said, hey little buddy, Graham wants you to hold on to these 50,000 XRP. In 10 years, you call Graham, we're going to do something special with it. Okay, can I have a sucker? It would work something like that, just for simplicity. It gets a lot more complex and convoluted, but that just, that says to me that they just don't have to be the ones holding the bag.
I mean, I'm just pulled up like an Investopedia deal that's talking about tier 1 capital.
Oh, Investopedia is a good source of solid information, in my opinion.
It is. What's the difference? So tier 1 and tier 2 capital are two types of assets held by banks. Tier 1 capital is a bank's core capital, which it uses to function on a daily basis. Now, this is where my question comes into play. If XRP, for example, and this is where I don't know, I'm unclear and I'm learning, folks, here. I'm just talking this out. If say a bank does actually end up using XRP for the fees to switch out value for value, right? And they're going to use XRP to switch out the value, and they're going to be making the fees off of that. Hey, Kelly, buddy. If they're going to be making the fees off of that, wouldn't that be an asset that they would be using to function on a daily basis?
That depends on if they're actually using it.
Well, and
if
then
they themselves are actually using it.
Well, but I mean, I guess, yeah, because you're saying if they're gonna, the banks themselves will not. From what I understood I used to listen into some banking conferences, like when they were doing test runs. I don't even know. I don't even know how.
Listen, why aren't you working at this level, girlfriend?
I should be.
Like you need. You should be.
I know. Or somebody hire me. Somebody hire me. That wants somebody that's super interested in this stuff on this level. And I'll do all my own research for you guys. But I remember listening to one of these banking conferences, and they were talking about the fact that most banks are not going to be doing this on their own. They will be using third parties. Now, that was probably 2 years ago that I was listening in, and I don't remember the name of the bank, but there were several different banks that were running test pilots and stuff. And they were making reference to the fact that they probably would be using third party. So I guess that comes into play. If they're not actually using it, so that's just where it gets confusing. And then Basel III with that coming into play too.
That's actually that one's a whole different one. A lot of banks are like, dang, we have to show our hands now.
Well, it's the tier 1 and 2 must be at least 10.5% of its risk-weighted assets, up from 8% under Basel II. So tier 1 capital is primary funding source of the bank and consists of shareholders' equity and retained earnings. And tier 2 capital includes revaluation reserves, hybrid capital instruments, and subordinated term debt, and general loan loss reserves and undisclosed reserves. But they're saying that capital is considered less reliable than tier 1 because it's more difficult to accurately calculate and more difficult to liquidate. Well,
right back to the guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Atlantic Living said, Melissa, I wonder if RBC and HSBC are merging because they both want to use XRP. That's you know what? It wouldn't shock me, Atlantic Living. I think we are going to see banking consolidations.
We're going to see some
more
team ups.
Yes.
We're going to see some team ups again.
Just like I think we're going to see a lot of, so there's so many different folks building, right, in the crypto space, digital asset space, in the DeFi space, that are building different things. Some are really good at some things, some are good at other things, or whatever. As we get closer to the finish line, I see that it'd be just like anything else, where companies will buy them out, right, or they'll join forces, and have
BlackRock
take,
does that. Fidelity
yes, they
does
do
that.
they do it all the time, and it's just a matter of I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. This is kind of off topic. Hey, Rosemary, we love you, my friend. Glad to see you here.
Rosemary,
I came across it was another hearing. I think, was it today? It might have been today. It was either today or yesterday. I get the days are but they were talking about they were talking about getting rid of the no compete laws that are out there, that a lot of people are beholden to, where they can't leave their job basically and do another job within a certain amount of radius and all this kind of stuff. And I can see where that could kind of come into play in the digital asset space, but also, I mean, they were interviewing this doctor, that he signed something. I was very surprised too, because it was, I'm not saying I'm a Democrat or a Republican or anything. I'm kind of like an independent. I just like, I have my own views on things, and nobody puts me in a box. But
you like the BBD.
Yeah. What?
The BBD. The
BBD?
Yeah, the BBD.
B?
Yeah.
What is it?
Bigger, better deal. Whoever's going to give me the bigger, better deal.
Yeah. Sure. Whoever's got the better thing. Whoever's got, and I feel like they both have good ideas. And in fact, as I was watching, it was interesting that, a lot of the Democrats and Elizabeth Warren, who I cannot stand, she was actually in favor, and this Kennedy, Representative Kennedy, who I think is a hoot most of the time, he was really kind of going after this guy. And so they were like on opposite ends of the spectrum when it came to, this guy signing this agreement to sell his ownership in this practice, and, all this kind of stuff. And in any event, I guess I'm just saying is, there's a lot of things happening all at once. A lot of things that even people in the crypto space that you're giving it so much attention, they don't even stop to think that these other things could affect them, right? If you're a developer or you're working for somebody, you might be asked to sign a no compete as part of your employment, and then you have a falling out, you're not agreeing with the way the project's going, and you want to go elsewhere, and you're like, oh well, you can't because blah blah blah, you signed this. So I guess I'm saying is, these types of things are important for us to give attention to also, because it does pertain in more ways than one. And I was happy to see that this was being addressed also, and surprised to see that somebody that I don't care for was actually championing something that I am for, which is getting rid of these no compete in the way that they're written. So in any event, I thought that was interesting.
That is just from the developer standpoint.
Throw
The building.
Ink. Welcome to Dip A Toe. Thank you for coming to the show.
Got any strips with that chicken?
Huh?
Strip it.
Yeah.
Strips.
Huh? Strip it.
The chicken. Strip
Sorry.
it. Man, I can't talk. It ain't happening today, man. I'm all bamboozled up, man. Just you know. I need to hit the rewind button. Yeah.
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah, I love that, man. That was like the cool, like, all right.
You
I'm not going down that road.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Give a thumbs up if you know exactly what that means. Beta or was it beta or VHS? What was the B one? I can never remember that one. It was just a different code that it was used to make the film, but there was VHS and like beta something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know, right? Nobody ever remembers the loser.
I just know it had Dolby sound.
Wasn't that the coolest part of the movie when you went to theater? You're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be awesome. What we come to watch?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, a lot of things going on in the space, which just gives me
Betamax. Huh?
Betamax, who said it?
Betamax.
Professor, yeah, Betamax. Thank you. I knew it was beta something. Yeah, beta something. Betamax.
The VCR was the future back then. Yeah, it sure was, wasn't it? And as they got smaller and smaller, like okay, you know, where you could do the kick.
Let's go. Hold on. Let's do this. We're gonna make a correlation. When
gonna go back in time.
I'm gonna see when the VCR was created. We'll go from that point going forward.
Yeah, even the VCR, and then even like the video cameras. I have several different styles of video cameras that have like the one that had the full VHS tape that you put inside.
Yeah. You
and
do it like this.
Then it was like the smaller one, and then the really smaller one, and yeah. Beta first, then VCR. Yep.
Yeah, it was beta first. And actually beta did a better quality of video versus VHS.
I didn't know that.
So 1956 is when it was invented.
Wow.
Okay. So let's go. And now I'm just gonna do, when was the what was it called? The camcorder. Yeah, camcorder. Get the camcorder, baby. The kids are doing some funny stuff in the pool. We can win some money off that show. We can win some big money off that show.
Right.
Oh my gosh. What is it called? DVD. 95.
Man. We've evolved so much.
We're talking
crazy.
like 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years.
I just want to say to all of those watching, I just really do my research. I did not handle any of these things personally. I saw them at a thrift shop because I'm only 29, so I don't know what some of these things. I'm just trying to act like I know what I'm talking about. So.
Right. Fake it till you make it, baby. A creed to live by. So 1995. So we're talking like we went from 56 to 95. You know, that's I'm gonna call it a solid. Well, it's 39 years, but I'll give it 40. Yeah. You know, so it took that long for it to be there. Maybe out on mainstream, maybe not. DVDs definitely were a thing up and coming by then. You know, that was the big rollout from 2000 going forward. Like, it was, DVDs were everywhere, and VHS, I mean, they were still there, but the only time I see VHS is at like the $2 to $5 bin at the grocery store. And I'm still like, do I do this? Do I go back in time right now and go rewind? Yeah. Anyways, my point of this analogy or example is to drive the point home. Bitcoin 2009. Look where we're at right now. You know, and I'm trying to highlight the light switch moment. You know, and it's like, no, it's not going to be a light switch. It's breaker 1, check, check, breaker 2, check, check, breaker 3, check, check. Those first like 5, 6 breakers, man, that was some
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're past that. You know,
Yeah.
we're definitely past that.
And there's there's very few people that that were able to get in that even understood what they held at the time, and most sold way too, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you don't know.
Real deal.
You don't know what you
Real
don't
deal.
know. At least
Exactly.
now we are so much further down the road that and there's so many people that have done a lot of research, and we continue to do it. Just because you do research, you know, doesn't mean that you don't have to keep doing your due diligence and understanding where, because shit can change, right? Things happen, so you know, you can't get overly comfortable, but I guess I'm just saying we're in a better spot now than we were back then,
less
because
riskier. We are in a less riskier spot. Absolutely.
yes. And so you know, back to your original question at the top of the show was, you know, is it too late? Has the train left the station? Well, yeah, the train's left, but you can still run, baby. You could still hop on. You could still teach yourself. You know, get with folks and start dipping your toe. And it's not too late. And we all we all get in at different times, and we're all different ages. So somebody that's in their 20s, it's a whole different story than somebody that's in their 50s and 60s. As far as how much time, and you know, but then also somebody that's in 50s and 60s probably has a lot more money that they could tap into.
I know.
So it's all relevant.
I know some heavy hitters. That in the past. I was a heavy hitter. Oh, they're heavy hitters, man. I
want to be a heavy hitter.
Well, you know, you do.
Show me the money.
Your perspective changes, your thought process changes, everything changes about you. You know, the funny saying about, oh, don't let money change you. Nope, it will, because you have to think about money differently now. You're just going to do it. You know, anyways, back to what you're saying, or what I was saying, heavy hitters, and you want to be a heavy hitter. They're participating now as of 2020 to 2021, 22, 23, 24. Right. Yeah. They're finally themselves. They're, you know, arguably at the end of their road, so to speak. Graduation day is right around the corner. And there's two of them that I've spoken with on this part of the conversation of, why did you get in to this space in the first place? And it was the risk level of the old system. That's in a nutshell. I'm not going to go into details on that, because it was private conversation. So, you know, but that was a real interesting perspective for me to go, here's some people that have worked their whole life hard. They're self-made, and they looked at their resources at large, and something that they do every day. How do I ensure that this still remains? How do I mitigate my risk for loss by other things in this world, right? And so, of course, they went for Bitcoin, and the reason why is because they jump in, it doesn't shoot the price up, right? And they still had to go slow. They still had their limitations and how much they could get in. You know, even with the on-ramps that were available to them at the time. I mean, they've discovered different on-ramps and off-ramps, of course. But even then, they're still like, well, that's only one on-ramp, off-ramp. Like, if that goes away, I still have this slow problem. You know, where do I go? Where, you know, and all that. So I thought it was very interesting from that perspective to drive the point home. If you were a venture capitalist, you know, you know, what would incentivize you to get in? Well, right now these have been around a while. Proof of concept is done. So the guinea pig phase is over.
Right.
The quality of the product is present. You know, now is there the embracing in different sectors and industries globally.
Yeah, I mean, it really does make sense. You're making good points. And it does go like we're all in different positions, right? We're all at different stages of our life.
Thanks, Kate, buddy.
Somebody that, oh yeah, love you guys, love you too, Kate. Like and subscribe and support the community. She says,
support.
Please follow our channel at Dip A Toe. We're on Rumble and YouTube, and at Dip A Toe Show on X. The older generation, you're right. Like they've been working their lifetime, saving their money. For them to dip in early when it was highly speculative and untested would have been too risky for some folks, for a lot of folks, right? Whereas somebody who's younger, throwing $1,000, if you're 20 or 30 or 40 and you still have many, the rest of your lifetime to be working, the risk for that person is different, right? Exactly. So, losing everything. And so that's where, people like Alan Staple and yourself and, I mean, we have lots of friends that talk list. About. There's a list that talk about diversifying. Where the gold and silver and real estate and all these type of things. Because if you do have a lot of money that you've saved over a lifetime, and you're close to retirement or you already retired, you don't want to throw $100,000 into something that could possibly dip down 20,000 or 100. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's even more important for someone that has a lot of money to diversify, I think, than say somebody who's just starting out. Not financial advice. I think diversifying is great for everybody. But I mean, if you're Absolutely. A young person, you have a small amount of money that you're putting into, Bitcoin or XRP or whatever you may choose, that's a little bit less risky than say somebody that's got, $500,000.
Right.
I know people that rolled their whole stuff, their whole pensions and everything, took it out. And
God, I wish I could throw my pension in there. God, I wish I could throw my pension in there right now. Bitcoin. Oh my gosh.
But they went in all into Bitcoin. Okay. Which is great. I get it. But given their age, that being very, very close, already close to retirement, that was a hella ballsy move. Because, at the time, Bitcoin was in the, 55, 60,000 going up to the 69. But then that baby said, down, right? And so, I mean, if you were, that would be kind of scary. I could see that be scary for people. So,
it definitely. It can, and that's this gets into a whole planning part, right? Like you say, diversify. It's all about wealth preservation when it comes to that point, not making 10x. Exactly. I was literally just going to say that. It's so interesting that you have the newbie builder of wealth and the already achieved builder of wealth, right? Yep. But more money, more problems. Right. That already builder of wealth has to maintain that. Great example. I don't know about you, but I would love to have the castle in Harry Potter one. Loved it. But I remember I was at a holiday function with the fam, and mom came out of pocket and said, "You don't want that." I said, "What, man? Have you seen it? That's really cool, man." She goes, "Do you know how much money goes into keeping that maintenance and this and that?" And as soon as she said that, light bulb was like, "Oh,
okay, you crushed my dreams. You crushed my dreams."
But it's like, yeah, okay, cool. You got the cool thing that you wanted. But how much does it cost, and how much time and effort, et cetera, takes it just to make it look that dang good. It's like,
yeah,
you know, maybe I just want to walk by and look at it. Hey, Phil, how's the castle, buddy?
yeah.
It's really interesting. That's the problems or issues that we face in the future. All of us in the crypto space. At some point in time, we're going to have a bag that in price is worth a lot to us.
To
Maybe
us,
not to
yeah,
the world, but
right.
to us.
To
And it's
us.
with, and before we hit these moments, okay, which can happen literally at any time. And I'm not trying to spread, I'm not trying to spread fear, just trying to share because I care. You know, it behooves you to start looking about how you can diversify.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where is your something? Here's a great one: cold storage. Anybody that's out there has cold storage. It's like, yes, today is good for cold storage, but where's tomorrow's next? What's the bigger, better deal for cold storage? Where's that? What do I have to do to create a safer place for my cold storage and not wait for some developer to build it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
That we have to, we must be responsible. We can't just be in somebody else can do it. Somebody else can do it. It's like, no, we have to be responsible. At some point, we can have others do it, like banks, third party, but we're going to know exactly every tiny little thing that they do to get that job done. And we're going to be on them, like a thumb on a thumbtack. That's putting it mildly. But that's the next level we're about to jump into. So I'm so glad you brought up oh my God, diversification.
Yeah. You know what I want to say is, so
What do
we
you
have
wanna say?
85 people watching. Thank you guys. We love you. We appreciate you so much coming to Dip a Toe. But what I wanted to say is that one thing that impressed me about this space is the diverse folks that are involved, and there's young and old. There's a whole bunch of us. I am super excited for the young people. Yes, if you're in your 30s, I'm considering you to be a young person.
Oh yeah, you are.
Because you have such a huge opportunity. First of all, to be in your 30s and giving this space your attention and having the foresight to know that this is something that you should be giving your attention to, and you're starting to invest in your money, and then you're learning about all these different things. Man, you're going to be so awesome when you're, in your 50s. You're going to be able to retire, early if you make the right moves and you don't sell things. I mean, you're getting in at such a great time in your life right now. Being a young person, you have a whole lifetime to work or do whatever the hell you want once things actually start hitting. And I think, yeah, Optimistic Prime says she thinks that the key is sovereignty.
Jinx. I'm
The
calling
key
Jinx
is
on that.
sovereignty. And you know what? It's a lot easier to be sovereign when you got money. When you got your money.
Yeah, the
When
one
you
thing that we need to get our resources, goods, and services.
it's the keystone to everything, right? I mean, not everything. You have your relationship with God.
Everything to do that on this earth.
But I mean, everything else that we're dealing with, you have to have some money to get you to where you're wanting to go. And so I just want to say, again, anybody that's in their 20s, 30s, man, kudos to you. You are so ahead of your peers. It's incredible. And the fact that, as an older person, I'm learning from these young people. And I think sometimes these young people are learning some stuff from us older folks. And we're going to kind of bridge the gap with them, for them to, you have people like you, and you have people like Alan that are talking about diversification, and you've got your infinite banking concept, and encouraging them to read these books that talk about money and how the rich stay rich, and how they operate, right? Because there is a formula to it. And if you can get yourself a leg up, if you can get yourself a leg up as a young person, your life will be so much better and it's really hard sometimes to be trapped. Like when you're young and as soon as you get married and you start having babies, the weight of the world is kind of on your shoulders. You know, you're especially like in my certain situation, you know, got married really young, had babies really young, and I was able to stay home with my boys. But you know, my ex-husband, he bore that weight to take care of the family, right? And once you're in it, you can't stop because you got to take care of your family. And so I guess I'm just saying, for any of you that are not in that situation right now, you have freedom. Like, you don't understand how much freedom you actually have when you aren't married and you don't have children and you don't have these responsibilities. If you don't like your job, quit your damn job and find something that you do want to do and invest into these, you know, cryptos and digital assets and gold and silver and all these things, and set yourself up for the rest of your life so that when you do meet that person, it's all good. You're going to be able to spend time with your children. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling off on I'm going all mommy on a, you know, mommy dearest on all
You
these
know,
people. I'm just
you know,
trying to
yeah, the young people that aren't married and have kids, yeah, you have an
yeah.
opportunity there to.
Holy
Okay, first off, let's go down this road.
oh,
First
crypto
off,
professor says amen, Melissa.
yeah, that's right. First off, to the generations behind me, they're more advantageous to get a very good paying job. They're like to the what was that? The grocery store fast food blueprint is deleted. Like, it does not hold water. It might be a necessary thing for a time, but they're like, yeah, bye. I'm out. You know,
Yeah.
see you later.
Bye-bye.
I'm doing something else, right? There's so many other things I can do. But if you're with somebody, this should be it's probably one of the most hardest conversations in any relationship. Whoever your significant other is, doesn't matter. You say the M word, and there's some emotions that come along with that. And I'm talking money, right? So don't say the M word. Just, you know, I want these goals,
yeah.
and identify the reasons why you want to achieve these goals. And I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, you young people, it always comes back to your family. What you want to do with your family or future family, what you want to do for your family or your future family, it all comes back down to that. Classic example. Real world happened over the course of a month now. I have been on, having an open discussion with my wife about us seeing this world. Okay, why we still are able to really do it. You know, I'm like, dude, there's this world, and all we see is right here. You know, and what's out our windows in our neighborhoods. I'm like, honey, I want to see it. We need to see this. We need to see this world. You know, we need to meet the people. We need to have their good food. We need to have their bad food. We need to have the good conversations. We need the bad conversations. We need to see it. I want to see it. And so it's been a ongoing conversation. Not that she's not willing to go. It's always some other life thing that comes up.
Yep.
Okay. So right there, I've found her problems, right? Or her concerns, not her problems, right? Now, I can't fix all of those. What I can do is show, hey, I'm going to put these funds over here. Let me show you why. Not that you may care or not, but I want to show you what the goal here is. The goal is to get this thing out of the way so you and I can go have fun and see this world. You know, that's one goal, but I'm not just doing it for a plane trip. It's multiple plane trips, plane trips where we can just say, hey, next month, would you like to go and see Melissa over in Michigan? It's her birthday. We're going to surprise her. Do you want to go, babe? I already got the room. Here's the price. It works into our monthly stipend of a budget. Can we do it? That's when the conversation of money becomes fun. right?
Yeah.
And so, if you have the investor's mindset, the building your wealth mindset, and that remains a good conversation in your house with your lady friend or your man friend or your man friend or your lady friend, whatever,
Yeah.
you guys will be able to build a good platform and foundation to where your life will not be of such a burden.
Yeah.
you know um
Good advice for sure. I mean, you hear a lot
it's
of these
tough.
people when they start making money, you hear a lot of people say, well, I would pay off this debt, I would pay off that, I want to buy a car, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. But you hear, there you go. Yeah, man, buy a bus or a tiny home or an
Yeah,
RV. I definitely would love to do that
do
and
it.
travel around.
Yeah, see,
That
with
is
it.
my dream. That's my dream. And Ryan is so down to do it. Whenever we're out messing around, we see different vehicles. We're like, I could do that.
Right.
What about that one, babe? What about that one? I'm like, yeah, I could drive it as long as I can drive it, because I don't want to put all the pressure on him having to be the one that has to drive everything, you know.
Well,
So
you
it's
need to
got to be
know how to
something that
drive it. The
I can
situation
drive.
come up where you got to roll that thing.
But
Baby, I'm gonna
I'm
save your life.
but I'm saying
Sorry.
that when we start setting our goals, initially early on my mind went to, I would pay off this debt, I would buy a house, or I would buy this or whatever, right? And but then the more that you learn about your money making money for you, why would you do that if you can use your money that you do have as collateral, basically, to
Yeah,
get
your
loans
assets.
for you
Mm-hmm.
use to buy more assets to make more money, that they will
Yeah,
actually pay for those things.
they
Then
will.
you're not ever really giving up your cash, and that's the key.
No.
And it's where they say you need money to make money, and that is
Yes, you do.
true. And it is a mindset, and so you see some people, they win the lottery and they have a lot of money, and then it's all freaking gone, because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't, or somebody gets some money in a will. Even a couple $100,000 could make a huge difference if spent properly, right? You know what I
Bring
mean?
it. Bring
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. But
it. Yeah.
I've known people that got, $250,000 from someone passing away and willing it to them, and then it's
Yeah.
just gone. And it's
Yeah.
gone. And then, or they pay the house off, and then whoever they're with, and then the next thing you know, they got to sell it, and then the damn house, they end up having to give the money to somebody. Like, it's a mess. It's just crazy. And so,
It
like,
is.
don't give off your money. Don't let off of it. Use your
No.
money. Well, I mean, this is my goal. Like, I'm definitely not perfect. I don't have money. Like, it's my goal to get to a point in my life where I can have money making money for me. That's what I want to do, so that I can buy and participate in the wandering footprint, so that I can participate and I can roam um in my older years. The goal is home for wanderers, autonomy, sovereignty, and
You
choice. Yeah, if
what?
anybody, the wandering footprint, is it wanderingfootprint.org or .com? That's what I don't know. Our friend Amanda, we had her on the show. I don't remember what episode, if it was 23 or 24, with Optimistic Prime. And then she talked about her different projects, and
No.
she's building on the XRP ledger and has several
Mm-hmm.
different tokens. And she has the wandering footprint, and in this home directory for the folks that are wanderers. And it's pretty cool, so check that out. Go check
For
her out.
sure.
The wandering footprint.
Speaking of wandering and
Yeah.
goals,
Yeah.
part of the conversation that I was having with my wife hey, wait, let's go here. I want to do these things. Pulling out a goal out of your significant other sometimes can be pretty challenging.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to give you one question. I need the out of box and the inbox. And she's like, what do you mean out of box, inbox? I'm like, well, here's the question. Before you graduate, inbox, meaning within our country, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? What is it? Then out of box, of course, out of country. I'm like, where do you want to go? What's the one place that I got to take you to this earth? Where is it that I'm going to take you? What do you want to do? And I said, don't you answer me right now either. I want you to think about this. Hour later, I want to go to Ireland. She goes, I really want to go to Ireland. I want to do my family history. I really want to do that. I'm like, perfect. Awesome. Done. I'm like, now how about inbox? She goes, that's a little bigger. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, we go big. I like big. Let's see what
go
the price
big or go
is.
home.
Yeah, she wants to go to, I think it's all 60 national parks in this country.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm like,
I love it. Yeah, good
I'd
for
love
her.
to do, and that's what she wants to do with me. That's her dream, and whoever else would like to come, of course. But she goes, I want to do that. Those are things that, like, before I graduate, those must be done. So that, though, to get that answer,
that
was a lot of on it. I would say probably a couple of years me trying to plant seeds and just dip my toe in this conversation and not have that, what do you want to be? Where do you want to go? I got to know right now. I'm investing for a future and I'm freaking out and I'm trying to get all this money and that doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't.
Doesn't.
But it's good. That's so cool. And so, okay, my question to you then, Melissa, since you've shared with us this evening that you want to wander in your later years. Okay, so what type of moving vehicle brand name are you attracted to thus far?
Oh, geez.
So, like, what brand of RV are we looking at? Are we even looking at RV? Are we getting a Sprinter van? Raised up wheels with lights on it? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of dorky, but like, like those transits, like I think it's called transit van, whatever.
Van,
I keep looking at those and I'm like, we can convert that into exactly what we need. Like it's small enough. I think the gas mileage is probably okay. Like I do see the huge RVs and stuff, and they're luxurious and all of that. However, I want something that I can zip around in. We can go wherever. We don't need a lot of space on the inside. I mean, you want to have Sprinter van for the win. The 589 chicken says, I feel like I could drive it. It's big enough for us to, have all of our stuff in, and that's me. That's me.
There it is. And y'all can see it. Melissa rolling deep up in that.
What I want to do is I want to get like one of those, and I want to have like the solar panels on the top. I want to be completely self-sustaining. Maybe I can get somebody to help me buy one of those make one of those motors that Patrick Riley's got invented, and create my own energy source. I just really want to be able to do that. And I also want a vehicle that I can go places that will, if you've got a big RV, then you gotta trail a car behind you, and then it'd have to be a small car, whatever. I just want something that I can go the most places with, really.
There you go.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's all you need, man. And I used to have dreams that like I would take, go camping, like take the grandkids, go on trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have so many grandkids that it's like, that ain't happening. Like we're not taking all 6. You know what I mean?
You gonna need another Sprinter van.
Yeah. So I
The
mean,
kids and then the
that's
sleeper.
yeah. So, but for Ryan and I to travel together, that would be something that I could do. And then, you know, grandkids we'll figure out a different way to travel with grandkids.
Just fly and fly them into whatever theme park you're driving to next, and you just pull up. There it is. Boom. When the day is done, you drop them off at the airport, kick them out, and go back on your way. Say, see you at the next one.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know,
Optimistic says, oh, sorry.
Oh, good. No, go ahead.
Optimistic says the problem is so many people don't even know their own dreams.
I'm so glad that came up.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm optimist. Knuckle bump. Dude, we on the same wavelength. I know you're about 2.5 hours away from where I'm at right now. Dude, I was just going to say, I'm so happy that you are talking about your dreams and goals, because this space is going to help you achieve that. Right? Yeah. It really is. And this is the thing that I know that I forget about in my life is, what does my life look like when I've hit that crypto rich point or whatever? What am I doing with my life? You know, and I've had to go back to the dreams. I'm like, well, actually, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm like, oh, there was that one dream where I want to have just a food. It's like a food truck, but all I do is French fries and shakes, and I call it salt shakers. Me and my sister, we're gonna do that. Yeah. And so we just pull up to the standard state fair, wherever it is, and that's what we do, salt shakers. We just do different kinds of gourmet fries, if you will, man. That's gonna be our thing, and shakes. Call it salt shakers. Done. Then my sister tried to one up me. Yeah, Wally World, let's go. I'm down, bro. I'm down. I'm so down to do that trip, even if we don't get there in one piece. I'm good with it, man.
Sorry, folks. It's park's closed.
Yeah, exactly. What? Like, can you? I mean, I know they did a redo of that a little bit, but can you imagine like that today? Like, you take your family, you get there, it's closed, and any one of you that have a smartphone could have looked up and see if it was freaking open. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. To what I was saying though, an optimistic prime is the goals, man. Get one goal, anything, no matter how silly or goofy it is. It's your creative mind that's putting that out there in the universe, and cryptos can be a way for you to achieve not only that goal but other ones. Man, it's a beautiful thing. I get all teary-eyed talking about it, but
it's another positive thing about this space is that it's inspired people to dream again. Because you're right. I mean, like so many of us.
Dream is a wish that
we spend all of our time, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, and you know, it like I feel like there's so much hope and promise for the future, and being part of this community. There are a lot of dreamers, and I think the world is a better place for it, you know. Optimistic Prime's right, as a lot of people don't know what their dreams are because they haven't allowed themselves to think, what do I really want? You know, when you really like slow down and you start thinking about it, that it's a personal question, and sometimes it's puzzling because you realize that you've given so much of yourself and time and effort to so many other people and things and projects and whatnot, that when it comes down to it, you don't even know yourself anymore sometimes. And you're like, what do I want? You know, why? I mean, just even like this for me doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
For some people think like crazy, right? Like, why is this chick spending, you know, all of her free time learning about crypto, trying to talk to people? What, you think you're gonna be a YouTube star? You know, whatever. Like, what the hell are you doing? I freaking love it. I love it. I love learning. I never want to stop learning. I love the people. You know, I love growing. And so this is what makes me happy. I would much rather spend any of my free time learning connecting, networking with people that are inspired and see the future like I see, and that are optimistic and happy, than I would sitting on my fat ass downstairs watching TV or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, you
No,
can
I
choose
got you.
this or you can choose this. I know I shouldn't have
Right.
said my ass is really not that
No,
fat.
it's well, I'm sitting downstairs with my fat ass watching television.
It's a little larger than it should be, and that's the other thing. Which totally off crypto topic, but I need some ladies, men, even men out there. Like I need to like, I do need to get off my fat ass and start taking care of myself better. Because I want to be around for
That's right.
the future and be able to do all the fun things that I want to do. And that, you know, there's a window of time for that too. And so I started looking in today because I do there's so many sitting hours when you're working, and I already have like a desk that raises up and I have my mat and all that. But I started looking, and I'm going to buy myself one of these walking pads for work so that I can freaking walk, you know, and it's going to be a couple $100. But I mean, like, I can't sit in that damn chair anymore. I can't do it. It's killing me. And for those of you who watch me and wonder why the hell I'm so fidgety, because I'm very short. My legs don't touch the floor when I'm sitting in a chair.
It's true. It's true. I've seen it. Like, I've seen it. I saw it in Vegas. I saw it in Vegas. I saw it in Vegas. I bear witness. This is a true fact.
And so, you know, when you work all day in an office, and then you come home and then you're trying to do this, and I'm sitting in a chair, it's like, oh my gosh, my legs are just killing me. And so I need a walking mat so that I can, you know, get myself into better shape. And I know nobody gives a shit. I'm talking off crypto topic, but I'm just saying, I'm coming to a realization that
why do you want to live longer or maintain
so
what life you believe you have?
So I can really enjoy life. So that I can go and do these things. I can be the fun grandma. You know, you just need taller shoes. No, dude, let me say, stir crazy. I used to wear heels, and then I couldn't wear heels anymore. I wore like those thick heel shoes, and it's all good. But then once you start getting older, let's say I am someone who I make sudden movements a lot. I'm
a lot.
I'm a determined person, and so I just kind of I zip along. And some of those shoes, if they're not very supportive, I've kind of turned my ankle and things. And so now, do I look better when I have heels on? Yep, I sure do. But am I old now to where I'm like, ain't nobody care if you got heels on or not? Be comfortable. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Lisa, absolutely. You're short too. 4'11". You're shorter than me. You're shorter than me, my friend. I'm 5'1". I used to tell people I was 5'2", but I'm 5'1". I might be 5 foot now. Who knows? They say you shrink when you get old. But I'm young.
Oh God. I knew I was gonna do that at some point in the show.
It happened. It happened. I hope you're using that Lumi. You know, I hope you're using the Lumi.
Lumi ain't gonna save me. Lumi ain't gonna save me. I don't know. I was gonna. Actually, I did have okay. So you're at the office, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you have a dress code at your office? Do you have to dress nice? Do you have to?
Yes. I mean, I dress pretty much the same.
You couldn't do like sports outfit and do your work and then do some push-ups on the flow and then be like, all right, cool. I did 5 minutes workout. Now I'm back up grinding.
Yeah. Well, I do have my own office. And so mostly I keep my door shut because my one of my coworkers is extremely sensitive to sound. So like I have a fan going. The fan apparently is too loud. So she shuts my door. And so now I just shut my door. But it's really cool because I was in there today when I've decided like I'm just going to walk. So like I was walking on my mat and then kind of like I don't know. I kind of do different stretches and shit. If somebody saw me, they would probably laugh at the things that I do in my office, but I don't care because that's what I got, you know. I'm
That's what you do.
considering I wanted to get myself one of those chairs that have the balls in the center, you know, so you can like bounce up and down. But I'm like, I might take myself out on something like that, so probably shouldn't do that.
Hold
But
on, man. Hold on. I guess. God, I'm just such a kid, man. I'm just such a kid.
but I mean, really, I think I just have to start incorporating more, even though I'm trapped at work for 8 hours. I gotta do something because I cannot sit in that chair, and even though I'm doing the raise the desk thing, um, it's still I need to move. I need to be moving. Like, definitely need to be moving because I'm all tied up. Yep, that's the chair I was gonna get. That one or that red one. I was gonna get that one. But I was gonna get that red. I was gonna get the red one. But I mean, it says I think it would be really cool. But I think I think I could probably take myself out if I
now these
did.
are cool. I like.
They're so
I've sat on.
well,
Those are.
dude.
That's an interesting setup, man.
I have a kneeler, and
Mhm.
actually I have one here at home for my office, and I'll tell you, it's pretty cool because you can go up and down and stuff, and I sometimes
Right.
use it. However, you are putting the weight on different part of your body and your back, and so I can't stay in that position for too long. So for the show, I would probably make it about an hour in. I'd have to switch to my other chair. So that's why I don't, but I do have one of those and I like it. But yeah,
There it is.
it's
Okay.
it's a toughie.
So this is one of the things that I'm gonna get. This is my a dream thing for me to get, and I'm probably gonna have to buy a few of them though, because if I get one, then everybody's gonna want to try to do it, and I'm
Exactly.
gonna share my screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's okay, but not for the first 2 weeks. I get unlimited use of this thing. Here it is. I want one of these.
What the hell?
That's a drone. It's a man drone. You get up in there and you fly it.
What?
Have you not seen this? Oh,
Are
you
you
have not seen this, bro? Dude, these things are epically awesome.
Are you saying you can be inside the drone?
Yes, yes. Dude,
Oh, I mean,
yes.
that was wouldn't you have to have a license, like a flight license to fly inside that?
Well, I don't care. I'll get one. I'm just saying I want to do that. I've seen lots of videos of people doing like a 15-minute flight. Like that's the farthest you can do because it's battery operated, right? But nonetheless, like I saw
15 minutes, and then if you don't stop, if you don't get down,
yeah,
you're dead. You're
yeah,
dead
right.
in your plastic.
Yeah, right. It's more of like it's like if you had some acreage and you got to go herd the cows, you could get on, take off, go to the other side, land, plug in the electric charger, get on your horse, go find the cows, come back, get them in, herd them with your fucking flying vehicle. I just, I saw that.
It would be fun.
And I was like, dude, that's what I'd like to have. That's something. It's like, I don't know if I want a motorcycle. I mean, yeah, but it's like that's not my thing. I'm like, dude, this is crypto. I want something new.
Stir Crazy knows. 20 hours training for a sport pilot license.
Perfect. Dunzo. I'm in. Stir Crazy, you got the plug or what? Where do I go? Where do I sign up? You got a website? Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Preparation is 100% manifestation.
I think Bearable Chicken, 589 Chicken, which I think this is Bearable Chicken. I'm not sure, but I think. But anyway, I think he uses those little Segway things. Where you're just on it.
The singles. Yeah, dude, in downtown Seattle, people are mobbing on those, dude. Mobbing.
Yeah.
There. Oh yeah. Like
I'd probably take myself out.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with the electric scooter. That I'm good with that.
You know what I came across a bike, one of those electric bikes. I might get one of these too.
See? See,
I,
it's
you
just
know,
so
this is the thing. Things come your way. Like when you start thinking about doing better things for yourself and all of that, things come across my path, which is the algorithm. And you know, it is the way it is. But um, this bike, it's an electric bike that it was like a tricycle, like for adults. But you still pedaled it. Um, but it was electric too. And I'm like, that could be cool. Especially like if you're going someplace and you want to carry a bunch of stuff and whatever. You could still be biking and have access to having it be electric.
Yep.
And it was like $1,500, which is fairly reasonable. I think it's less money than I thought it was going to be to buy something like that.
Just wait till cryptos do what they do. There'll be a bigger, better version of that.
Oh yeah.
For like 2/3 of the price. And you could be in DeFi, your DeFi rewards could just pay you to get the plug on that, and you go to wherever.
The manufacturer may provide the training.
Oh, now that would be wise on that part. Yeah, that would be wise, because there isn't those instructors out there, like an airplane instructor, right? So it makes sense that the manufacturer would probably lawfully have to provide some training. Oh, dang, my wife's gonna be mad. I let a fly in the house.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. I got one of those fly zappers. Anyways, enough about that part of life. So the train has left, but it's at a slow roll. Not slow. Right? That was like 4-8 years ago slow. We're good. We all need to get one for the yes, please. That would be awesome. Vegas State Police would be honored, but that's okay. If I'm gonna have to do like a night or two in jail, like it should be over something like that. You know, call up the wife. Hey, can you call the lawyer? I need to make bail. Why? Okay, so we did a $20 bet down to the end of the block, around the building, up and over, and then you had to open your hatch and shoot the hoop. I won, and then the cops showed up, so I didn't even get my $20 because everybody ditched out, and here I am going, "Hey, officer,
I'm in the Who's Cow now."
Yeah, that would be great. I'm down for that, man. Let's go. Even the electric scooters. We all need electric scooters in Vegas. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stir Crazy says power walking the strip was too much.
Yeah. You ain't lying. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, and that was the thing, is the first time that I went to Vegas it was years ago, and we walked everywhere and it was awesome. But I was also 25 pounds lighter and younger. You know what I mean?
We did the walk, but there was like a lot of construction and walls around.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, where we were staying, it wasn't, you did have to walk through a lot of that kind of stuff, but but back to we got 6 minutes left, or
we got 6 minutes
left.
Okay, so are you going to go to Swell? Are you going to go to Swell?
I can't. I really, really would love to go. I'm really bummed out that I didn't go to the Bitcoin 2024, because that would have been awesome.
Like that was right down the street from you. Sort of.
Was it? Kind of. I mean,
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't know. That part of the country kind of bottlenecks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've
never been to Tennessee, and so I would have liked to have gone to Tennessee. But there'll be other things to go to. Definitely going to Vegas next year. That's just, I had such a great time with getting in touch. And I mean, I haven't talked to Alan in a while, but we were talking about like trying to put something together. He wanted to do something, a couple of times a year to just kind of get a bunch of people together. But then everybody's been so busy since we've gotten back to Vegas that we haven't had time. But I would love to do it, even if we met up in camp somewhere. It'd be just a great time.
I think that's his plan, is to do kind of do a thing where we all meet up different parts of the country, but just general region, kind of a
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know a center point for the Pacific Northwest or Northwest corner, or Southwest corner or Southeast corner. I think that's what he wants to do for his following. He does that. I know I'll probably be there for at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because and it could just be a month-long tour.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not
Do
like
that.
2 months. I mean
Yeah.
that would be tough to drive, do one day and then dip. Like, nah, you gotta hang out for at least 3-4 days with some people, or 4 days. 5 nights, 4 days.
Yeah, that's
5
one thing.
days, 4
I
nights.
I was very thankful that that I was in Vegas for as long as I was, because I did get a little bit of extra time with some folks that
That's
like
what
you
it's all
say,
about.
there's that was the most important part of
It was.
just hanging out. Even we just really got to know people on a different level than, and that's why, like, whenever I see people talking shit about certain people on X, about this, it's like, listen, I know these people. I spent time with them, and don't talk shit about my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, these
Ouch.
people that I was, they're good people, and I know there's some nasties out there here and there, and I just suggest people to stay away from those. Don't let those people in your space, and surround yourself with the good, positive people, and more positively will come your way. And that's what I'm trying to do anyway. And
Perfect.
I mean, hence that, like, all of these positive changes that I'm trying to make in my life, and it's because of all of you
It is,
inspiring.
isn't it? It is.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
all inspire each other. 100%.
we do.
It's gonna be good times. It's gonna be. I wish you could like ditch work for like a day or two and go down to Alabama.
I know. When are you going? So in this few minutes that you got left, why don't you tell the folks, or unless you don't want to,
Uh,
your little
no, I don't
special
mind. Yeah,
thing.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Special thing.
yeah. Well, I don't. If those of you don't know, Simon's been doing a show with Alan Staple on the Infinite Banking, and you guys are in show, like, what, 5 now?
Yeah, we just did episode number 5. We had Scott Chapman, who's a infinite banking concept authorized practitioner, means he's signed an agreement. He has the certification to implement this process, utilizing specifically crafted whole life insurance policies. And man, it's been great conversation with Alan on the show, and so many people really picking up on this. But Alan and I got invited out to Alabama, and Scott Chapman was the initial one that put this together for us to go down there and go to the Nelson Nash Institute. That's where you go to become an IBC practitioner. Rather, it's not really a place per se, but they do have like a think tank, a once-a-year think tank, where all the active authorized practitioners come and meet, greet, and connect, just like us XRP heads, BTC heads, all of us. And so anyways, we get to go down there, talk with the leadership, have a meeting with one of the firms that is heavily dedicated to this process within their firm. And I believe we might even be able to squeak in one of the insurance companies as well. So, like, dude, honestly, in the back of my mind, like, I'm fanboying right now. I'm like, but pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Me.
Not washing this. It's yeah, it's that series on infinite banking.
I think I know who Stir
Stir
Crazy is now.
So it's been good. So yeah, I get to go down to Alabama. I know Alan and I are going to be there for for a little bit, I think 5 days, but you should go over to that channel and you'll find out the big things as far as where we're going to be at. We are going to be in Birmingham Monday, Tuesday, but those are pretty much dedicated days to, you know, the interviews, the content, everything that we're all the people that we're going to meet and greet and say hello. And then the evenings are going to be kind of a hodgepodge dinner, whatever else is going to happen. So I know we're trying to make something happen to meet with some fellow Cryptopians out there. I know that definitely want to meet Alan. I'll be in the back of the bus. So if you want to kick it with a bloke like me, then I'll be there too. But I'd love Melissa to come down because dude, the beach is awesome.
You were there with Davidian. Yeah, you were one of my faves. You were my new favorite, I think. I remember you. Gosh, good to see you. Good to see you, Stir Crazy. I was thinking it was somebody else. What days are you going to Alabama?
So we're gonna be in Alabama the 16th through, let me just look. 21st? I always forget the Wednesday. 21st, thank you. Yeah. So we'll be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we go home Wednesday. So basically Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's August. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be
look.
yeah.
I have to look into
yeah.
it.
Well, I know. I mean, you know, you could do it in and out again, man.
I have to see if I can dip my toe in Alabama.
Well, you know, I mean, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. JV's gonna be there. JV that we had on the show. Yeah. That's his stomping ground. So we're gonna be spending a lot of time with JV. So that'll be cool. I love JV, man. I talk to that guy every day, man.
Nice guy.
It's either cryptos, bot, or you know,
right,
or other things. But yeah, he'll be down there, so it'll be cool to see them. But yeah, man, good times. I look forward to, you know, participating in Alan's idea of doing these meetups. You know, backyard camp out type situations, man. I would love to do that. I would absolutely love it, man. I'm down just to hang, meet, you know, come together.
If you plan it, they will come. I've learned that.
It is. Huh? It is. Final. So, okay, we're 2 minutes over. I milked the cow and the goose. Melissa, do you got anything to say to the good people out here in our audience that are listening and not wanting to go to work tomorrow?
Just gonna say we're getting close to Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday Eve. Kita has her Keeping It 100 with Kita and the crew tomorrow night on X at 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I will be joining her for that. We'll have some chats. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but if you aren't subscribed, check her out on X.
I love Keita. She's so full of energy.
She's one of my favorite people. I love. I mean, I've just met so many wonderful people in this space, and I'm so thankful. And I want to say I'm really thankful. We have 93 people watching tonight. It's really awesome. We appreciate it so much. We have this show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We just little by little growing the channel, putting our perspectives out there. We have guests that we have coming on, you know, here and there. We've had some really fantastic interviews. So if you're new to the channel, kind of browse back through and look through some of our interviews that we've had. But if you are new to the channel, if you'd please like and subscribe, it would really help us out. And for those of you who come every Wednesday and spend time with us, man, we appreciate you. It really does mean a lot. It really means a lot. And I thank you very much. And I look forward to speaking with you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. That's right. Mark the calendar, set the reminder, get a spot of tea.
Yeah.
Come see us.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Was that your final thought?
Oh, no. Well, one final thought. just keep buying whatever you can.
Yep.
Relieve the and this is coming from the angel that I married. Give yourself credit for the good actions that you do for yourself every day. And I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but I'm trying to do this, and I'm succeeding. I don't do it all the time. But when you make a crypto purchase and you feel it's insignificant, you need to stop that right there and say, I made a purchase today for some cryptos for my future and the betterment of me and my family, or the family that's on the way, or whatever it is you're doing. Give yourself credit every time. Okay.
Yeah, that's
all I got.
great. Great advice. I love it.
Woo!
And we love you guys. And we will see you back next week on Wednesday at Dip A Toe.
Dip A Toe. Gotta roll.
Love you guys.